Now, after the robbery and murder of Assembly member for Sogakope South Electoral Area, Marcus Mauto Ajahli, the youth of Sogakope reacted in a two-day civil action, met the Regional Security Council, had a vigil and some traditional performances to draw the attention to the alleged insecurity in and around Sogakope. They demanded prompt action from the police to arrest perpetrators of the crime. But an opinion leader in the area, Maxwell Lukuto, say they are not satisfied with the results so far. We'll speak to the police about their concerns, but first, joining me via phone is Maxwell Lukuto. Maxwell, good morning. Thank you for your time. If you can hear me, first of all, what have you heard from the police so far?
Good morning, Mama V, and good morning to your listeners. As I stated in our press statement yesterday, so far they have been doing what we expect them to do in terms of the arrest, picking up of suspects, and screening them to identify the culprits. We were, however, not pleased with their attempt to disassociate the missing arm and the arrest of the two police officers from the crime. We thought that they should have more time to screen the officers as well and make sure that we are all on the same wavelength. That is our only displeasure with them. But so far, I think that what we expect them to do, they are doing, and they are doing the arrest.
So you seem to be convinced that there are two policemen who are deeply involved in this murder. How do you come to that conclusion?
Our information that we also gathered was that the arrest of the two police officers was occasioned by information from one of the suspects that were arrested, that these two officers were the ones that usually hire ammunition to them to perform some of the activities. And so we think that they should take their time and investigate better. It's curious that just in a day or two, the PR was quick to announce that the missing rifles has nothing to do with the crime in question. We thought that it was too quick.
So are you thinking that if they had kept them for a longer period, then they would have arrived at a different conclusion from what you're thinking?
That's our thinking, that so far they have not given us any concrete information on the other civilians they have arrested. Why were they quick to disassociate their own from this crime? The more time they take to screen the civilians, they should do the same in screening their officers and make sure that they give us the right information.
You also allege in your statements that these two police officers are the same personnel who have been put in place to give security to the surviving wife and children of this assemblyman. Where did you get that information from?
Inadvertently, that may or is the situation. We got the information from an insider within the security outfit as well. Don't forget, we are collaborating in this effort. It isn't like the police are sitting somewhere and we're also standing at another corner and then throwing tantrums at each other. We actually are collaborating. So we give information and they also give information. It may not be deliberate that they have decided to use these same police officers to as security for their wife and children. It was inadvertent, but we thought that the coincidence was too loud. We are not too sure what exactly the situation.
But have you heard from the family, from the wife and children, if they are not comfortable with the kind of security that they've been given?
After the knowledge of this, those police officers were withdrawn, and they didn't know until the whole issue came up that some two police officers were arrested in connection with the missing ammunition. It was only then that we got to know that apparently these two were the ones that were providing security. In any case, I had to get the commanders to provide security for them while they were in the hospital and when they were released. And so it's just unfortunate that occurred.
Maxwell, you seem to be very influential in the community and you seem to have a lot of information. What's your relationship with the local police?
As I said, we continually collaborate. I just came from the police station to meet the commanders, but unfortunately, I have not met the two of them.
So I'm wondering...
We talk on phone as and when it's necessary. Last night, we had a lot of discussions, and I can assure you that the relationship is cordial. I am only speaking on a matter of principle. Whatever happens and I don't like it, I'll speak about it.
So I appreciate that, but I'm wondering, with the information that you have, I'm wondering why the police don't seem to have the same information.
I can't be sure they don't have. Maybe for security reasons, they may decide to keep some until it is right for them to give us same information.
You're also calling for the DCE to resign, and I wonder why.
The DCE is the chairman of DISEC. I spoke to him earlier in the week and made my position clear to him that I don't have a personal fight with him. I am fighting against his position as the chairman of DISEC, whose inaction led to killing of several innocent people. The reaction time of the police during the distress call was so bad.
So are you blaming him for all of that?
Of course, he's the head of DISEC. Who should I blame? My mother in the village? No, he's the head of DISEC. He's supposed to ensure. I heard, or it was alleged that he himself said that there was breakdown of security in the district. So if you are the head of DISEC and you can say that there is breakdown in security, whose responsibility is it? I hear him blame the numbers of the police who are supposed to man the district, that instead of 30, we have 21. Whose responsibility is it to push and to make sure that police service send the right numbers that will be able to provide security to us? I hear the patrol vehicle is not functional. Whatever happened, whether it is only about the fuel that was alleged, whose responsibility is it to make sure that this vehicle is up and running? After all, he himself is provided with security. Does he not care about the security of the citizenry who he is supposed to be leading? So for me, as an individual, even the police sometimes in need approach some of us who are opinion leaders in the community to help fuel their patrol vehicles to move about in the night. So if we individuals can even do some of those things, how much more he, the DC, who is the chairman of DISEC?
Maxwell, going forward,
much more to make sure we are secure.
Going forward with the many recommendations that you've given, what are your expectations?
Our expectation is that as we are doing, we'll continue to collaborate with the police, we'll provide them the necessary information, and we expect that they should be up anytime we call. I must say that so far, so good. Last night, there were a lot of collaboration leading to some other arrests. They are yet to put that officially across though. But I'm saying that the collaboration is good. All we expect them to do is that anytime we call them, they should respond to our distress call.
And if the DC is not shown the exit?
What can I do as an individual? My responsibility is to make sure that I put these people on their toe to provide security. As I speak, I fear for my own life. Because if someone who has a security door will be broken into in a matter of an hour and a half before they go to kill him, some of us who have plywood as doors, in a matter of 5 minutes, will be gone. And so, you see, as I fight for these culprits to be found, I am doing a bit to make sure that me, myself, I am safe in the community. So, calling for the DC to resign, as I said earlier, is not a personal fight. It's a matter of principle. I will keep pushing and make sure that the right things are done. It is left to the regional minister and the president to kick his ass or otherwise. But I will continue to talk and make sure that the right things are done.
In your statement, you did indicate that some people were put before courts.
I said that some people are being arraigned for court. Whether they've gone to the court or not is the police who are supposed to give that information.
So apart from the general information of 4 persons having been arrested, do you know anything more in terms of arrests?
I'm not sure I'm the best person to disclose the other arrests that have been made. The police.
Well, you live in the community. You live in the community. You're closer to it than those of us who are asking the questions. So it is in that regard that I'm asking you.
As I said earlier, some more arrests have been made.
Well, we'll leave the conversation here. Thank you for your time. But the police have arrested and placed in custody 4 persons they suspect may have played roles in the murder of the assemblyman. And that influence that we just spoke to in the community, Maxwell has also indicated, though we haven't confirmed that yet, that more arrests have been made. A statement issued by the Volta Regional Police Command and signed by the Regional Public Relations Officer on Sunday said the 4 are currently assisting police investigation and will be duly arraigned in court. So formally, that's the information that we have. Police have, however, refused to speak to us on this matter. So as and when we do have more, we will certainly share it with you.